What's going on, everybody? This is Steven, the founder of eGold Initiative, joined with Georgiana, founder of eGold Women. Welcome, Georgiana. Thanks for taking the time to be here with all of us. How are you doing today over there in Bucharest, Romania?
Hi, Stephen. Thank you very much for inviting me here. I'm doing really well. And what about you?
I'm doing well as well. This is the interview to spotlight what you're doing for the blockchain and personally what you're doing in your own life to help others out. It's been a lot of fun just like kind of connecting on Twitter and chatting late at night, me being in the West Coast United States and then you being in Bucharest, basically consistently as I'm going to bed, you're waking up, and when you're waking up, I'm going to bed. So you and I have shared a few spontaneous conversations as you're waking up or I'm going to bed. So yeah, it's been fun to kind of get to know you through seeing what you've been putting out on the internet on eGold Women, what you've done for eGold Initiative. We'll get into that a little bit more. But yeah, just right off the top, I want to give you the chance to talk about yourself and what you're doing. Specifically, you know, what brings us here today is eGold Women, but we'll get into it. But you're also doing a free mentorship program the 1st of October through 5th of November. And you have a nonprofit organization as well that I at least want to hear from you about where that got started from. But for starters, tell us about eGold Women, when it started and kind of what your heart and passion behind Women of eGold or Women of Elrond, that is. Yeah, tell us about that and where it started from your heart.
Yeah, everything started really in the late 2021 when I saw my colleague and co-founder on NFTR market being involved in crypto, learning all about it and really be there, you know, like passionate about it. And it really made me curious what it's all about. And like, I thought a person that's 37 years old could learn this, and me, I couldn't. Why not? You know, so I just started to be more and more intrigued by it. And this is how I first made my first steps in Web3, and then afterwards, being more involved in the last months, I just really wanted to look up for a mentor, for a woman mentor, and I saw that unfortunately there is a lack of that, and this is why I wanted to create this educational and awareness campaign, Women of Elrond, in order to lose that myth, you know, because people are just, you know, like if you're on Web3, we have to work in IT, but that's really not the case. There are lots of layers that can be built on to be a social media manager, a graphic designer, a community manager, and so on. So I really wanted to make this approachable to women as well, to not be anxious when coming in this new environment and so on.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, like full disclosure, it's like obviously Women of Elrond is focused in on women. So I loved that you were taking initiative and wanting to kind of be that mentor for all these new women who might have interest in the blockchain. And I mean, I just love that because it's like, I mean, as I've done with the eGold initiative, it's like women aren't the only people who are going to struggle when it comes to getting introduced to blockchain and Web3. So, I mean, I especially love that you're building this bridge to help onboard women and educate women. But just altogether from a high level, for me, the reason that this partnership between eGold Initiative and Women of Elrond makes sense is specifically that our visions are both aligned in that we're trying to onboard people through education. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun to see just some posts trickle out as I first discovered eGold Women on Twitter. And then that video that yourself and 3 other women got together and made to explain the eGold initiative, like honestly, like that just like blew my mind because making videos like that were something that I kind of wanted to do, but I don't know, I'm just juggling so many things. And then when it comes to creating content and editing it together and tightening it up, I mean, that video was just over a minute long and just absolutely killed it, just how to get involved with the eGold initiative. So yeah, I totally agree with how you say getting into some of these topics, blockchain related, are pretty difficult. Specifically quoting from the submission form for people to sign up for the Women of Elrond free mentorship program. You say getting into Web3 space, understanding all these different terms and abbreviations is difficult. And that is super true. Like I've been in cryptocurrency since 2017, and I can't tell you how many hours and how much time and energy I've put into conversations with people, just trying to throw all of this stuff at them in a succinct way that still makes sense. And it's just like, okay, I personally still have some progress to go when it comes to educating people and making this whole process simple. So Georgiana, to rewind and go back in time a little bit, when did you first discover or hear about blockchain or cryptocurrency? And what kind of intrigued you about it most and led you to eventually discovering Elrond and then wanting to play a specific leadership role in pushing education and accelerating adoption?
I first heard about blockchain in 2020 when it was that NFT hype going on. But at that time, I didn't quite put myself, like, had time to focus on that. And it was, as I said before, in late 2021 when I first started to engage more with it and to see the team from NFTR market building, like it was phase 0 of the project, building it, talking like with excitement. And I really wanted to understand more because like to be there and to understand all of those things. And I just really, I found the future, a sustainable future in it, knowing what blockchain could mean to all type of to different types of environments, of niches. And I just really couldn't stop. It's like you just find yourself a tiny bit of a thing, and like it has a little spark, and you just go for it, and you want to discover it.
Yeah, that's great. So in 2022, you kind of just was it through Twitter, or how did you first hear about NFTs back in 2020?
Well, actually, it was on Instagram. This is
Oh,
funny.
really?
It
Wow.
wasn't Twitter. Yeah, I didn't have Twitter like for myself. I only had for the NGO, so I wasn't really into that social media. But on Instagram, I started seeing people talking about NFTs, and then I just was okay. Let me dig more into it.
Yeah. Yeah, NFTs in 2020, I heard about them too. And this was coming out of the kind of the bear market that started when Bitcoin first hit $20,000 USD in 2017. And from that point forward for the next 2 years, there was just a lot of pump and dumps and a lot of exit liquidity going on. So honestly, when I was at work at the time and some people started talking about NFTs, and we're just like, all right, I'm not even interested in this because this sounds like another just scam among all these different scams. But talk a little bit about. I'm curious to
Exactly.
hear. Yeah, I'm curious to hear from your perspective of learning about NFTs, and I think it's really interesting that even though NFTs are purported to be just like expensive JPEGs, I think the fact is that they've played a serious role in getting people reintroduced to the idea of cryptocurrency and blockchain. So what are your thoughts on NFTs from a perspective of art, from buying JPEGs, from offering utility? What do you think about the NFT space altogether?
I really think, yes, at the beginning I was the same as you. What are these things? This is not going to interest, and so on. But afterwards, like I really believe NFTs could be a massive thing also for adoption. Like as you said, is an anchor to other people, let's say, that are not interested in this and the blockchain cryptocurrencies and so on. So the thing that now a lot of NFTs projects can come with an utility, and on Elrond we have really great projects like Aquaverse. They are really bringing utility in the real world. This is one thing, like this is one really important thing, that blockchain can be sustainable, and this is why, like, through NFTs we can show this.
Yeah, it really does showcase the idea of what even just like just a cryptocurrency token is, just a single token, because that's what an NFT is. It's, non-fungible single token. But of course, as we know, that comes with, oftentimes a JPEG that, kind of represents this ownership. So yeah, I've loved how the NFT space came from me. I thought it was just like this other scammy thing, but then it turned out to be this, generating multi-million dollar trades between users, NFT marketplaces. But personally for me, I have not interacted with NFTs on any other blockchain than Elrond. So I'm curious, Georgiana, have you dealt with NFTs on Elrond, on Ethereum, Solana? Like, what is kind of like your background when it comes to different blockchains? Are you familiar with others, or are you close to an Elrond maxi at all?
To be honest, no, I'm not familiar with the other blockchains. I only know them, I hear them, I follow like some Twitter spaces, and to learn more, I'm in the phase in which I want to learn more into it, to go there and to explore all this amazing world. So at the moment, no, I don't know any other blockchains, NFTs projects.
Yeah, there are so many out there, and I always appreciate what I've come to learn about Elrond, just the security behind the wallet addresses, and specifically what onboarded me to Elrond at the very beginning was the MyR application for the smartphone. So obviously I've seen in the videos you've been creating, you're well versed in kind of navigating the MyR application. So I'm curious to hear more about the free mentorship program that you're putting on. Check, as I said, this is going to be a YouTube video on eGold initiative as well. So go ahead and check the description for links. But yeah, Georgiana, what can you tell us about the Women of Elrond free mentorship program? What can people expect to get out of it? When is it taking place? And there's another question that I had, but I'll leave it at that. Tell us about the free mentorship program.
Okay. Women of Elrond free mentorship program is a 5-week program, 5 modules. So each week means 1 module. It's basically an introduction to Elrond, to blockchain, to understand what basic things like what Web3 means, what are NFTs, what cryptocurrencies are, how we can understand the difference between an NFT and cryptocurrency. Then we go further and we dive our wallet. What is, because how to use it, because sometimes it's really hard to understand how to use a certain app. So we go through that. Also, we focus on the importance of the social platforms that are related to Web3, like the importance of community, to be on Discord, to be on Twitter, to know where to go to get your information, to learn new words like abbreviations, as you also mentioned before. And it's really a program that will give you a base in which you won't have to put yourself the basic questions again. You will know exactly at the end of it how to understand, to go to a collection, to get your information. So we're talking about NFTs now. So for example, you go into a community, you understand what it's writing on that white paper, what a mint is, how to mint an NFT, and so on. So it really is a program that will make you see more of it, to go from JPEGs or just some simple coins to, oh my God, I discovered another world.
Yeah, holy cow. That sounds really awesome. And I guess how are you? That's crazy that you just, like, seriously, you just took initiative and you're creating, you said, a 5 week, it's a total of 5 weeks.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is
that's
5 weeks.
crazy. Like this, I mean, and it's a free mentorship program too. Like, I don't know, like I love the idea of education and Elrond and everything, of course. But seriously, like that, that blows me away, and like I'm super excited that you're doing something like this. I mean, putting together 5 different modules, all the different information that's going to be packed into those 5 weeks. I mean, holy cow! I can only imagine, how much time and energy effort you've put into understanding these things yourself, and then how much you're putting into designing this program. And it's all to bring people on to Elrond network. And even if they don't stick with Elrond network, they still learn about web3 blockchain. Maybe they'll find another web3 protocol out there to join themselves. So seriously, like that, I'm really impressed, just straight up. Like I'm really impressed with this initiative that you're taking to onboard Women of Elrond through this free mentorship program. So like I said, check out the description for that. What do you imagine some of the things day to day people could expect from this program?
The program will be held on Discord. The first reason of it is because we have to get familiar with Discord, because we will
Yeah.
be eventually on it if we want to be in
Yeah.
Web3. So it will be like written information, and there it is like going to be interaction through reactions to replies, and also whenever the women that are in the program feel like going back to some information, we can anytime go back. And we will also have some audio rooms. We already started the program, so we started doing this type of things. But also, me in Women of Elrond, and we as a project, we want to encourage everybody that is already here on Web3 as a woman to come and to join forces in order to help others come in. So basically, I had some great women. Also, some of them they came in the group, and just they also shared information. So it's all about a teamwork. We'll have next week some really great guests that are already here in Elrond ecosystem, and they do really great stuff. So it's teamwork, and the activity of the program itself is held on Discord in order to be accessible for everybody, because we have mothers, we have students in the group, so it's really diverse group. So we didn't want to, I don't know, to make a Zoom course in order to maybe sometimes a person cannot enter, and that would have been so nice. So in this way, in Discord, they have the information, they can go back anytime they want, and it's easier like this.
That's awesome. So we're well through the month of October. How have things been going? What sort of feedback, what sort of engagement are you getting? What can you tell us about just the progress of what's been happening as the mentorship program has been going through since since October 1st?
Yeah, that's great. Actually, it's going really nice, and I just love the girls to, you know, to try to get out of their comfort zone. The videos that you saw on Women of Elrond,
Hmm.
the girls are part of the program, so it was really interesting to see them engaging and afterwards telling me or in private or on Discord group, like, oh my god, I can't believe I done this, I understood better. And
That's so fun.
also, I'm talking with my sister. My sister, she is a mother. She has a 4 year old child, and like she was okay. I'll enter because I'm curious. And now she's like, oh my god, this is wow! I didn't know that. I want to learn more, and it's so different. Like we are sisters, but we really didn't talk about it, you know. So it's also like super nice and to see all this feedback.
Yeah, that's super exciting. So I must ask, is the mentorship program, is it still accepting new people if people discover it and want to join? It's an ongoing thing. It's not like you had to be there from the beginning and you have to wait for the next one. Can people still kind of join in and get going with the program?
Yes, of course. Anytime they can just join they can fill in the Google form, and we will contact them, and we will explain them what are the steps to make yourself a Discord, a Twitter, come into the server, and so on. So it's an ongoing thing. We can always go back, as I said, to the information, because we want this to be a super, not a super nice warm place to be, because they
Yeah,
have
for
to be
sure.
in a place in which they feel comfortable
Mhm.
with information and everything, and to not feel a pressure when asking something. So yeah, we are accepting people, and we are always there for them.
Yeah, that's so fun to hear. I mean, yeah, I'm hearing you talk about even your relationship with your sister, and I mean, I relate to that. I'm the youngest of three older brothers. The oldest one, I haven't really talked much about cryptocurrency. He's got a family and a job that he's kind of way too distracted into. But my brother, who's closest to me in age, he's really passionate about art and design. And recently, I was sitting down with him and basically just trying to give him an introduction myself and just try to paint a picture for him that helps him to understand that blockchain actually really does have utility, and there's a lot of ways for regular people to step into it and really utilize it for lots of different ways. So I mean, it's fun to hear about the experience that you've had through the program so far. And so far, I mean, you've been teaching, you've been hearing questions from these women, these people who are in the mentorship program. Are there, what are you kind of discovering as maybe the biggest questions or the most common questions or points of confusion that people have when first dipping their toes into cryptocurrency or blockchain? Like, what are some of those like primary road bumps or roadblocks that you see people having?
Well, it's funny because they ask things that we're going to be covering in the next weeks.
Yeah.
um, uh, but like like um at first it was a bit difficult to understand the difference between decentralized and, like, to understand all this process. But there were questions like, but okay, but where is the data stored, but what is the central point where the data is, and so on. So that, I think, that it was the really one big myth to break, let's say, like this, like to bring more clearness into the information. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's always fun for me to hear because when it comes to trying to onboard people, I mean, I really want, like, my hope is that, I mean, this is not a brag. This is really just a testament of how much energy it does take to understand what's going on. I mean, in the program, are you getting into DeFi at all in MyRDEX?
We will go through basics only,
Yeah.
uh, in order to have a really good base. And afterwards, like, if everybody's like is okay with the information and is super cool with it, and we don't have to go again over it, and they want to discover more, we will go as they want. But in order to not get them super crowded and to not get scared, by the amount of information, we will just bring us a strong base, like with the point keys of that the beginner has to know.
Yeah, yeah, that's, I mean, a challenge in and of itself is looking at the big picture of Web3, cryptocurrency, blockchain, and kind of deciding where those chapters begin and end, where basic topics turn into intermediate topics, turn into advanced topics. What information is key for beginners in the space to understand and know? Obviously, people who just download Get MyR on the application store, they don't have to know how to use smart contracts. I don't even know how to do smart contracts. So obviously there's that's a clear end of the spectrum there. But I think something that I personally am working to refine is focusing on surface level basic topics and not giving too much information, because there is so much information. It's easy for people to get overwhelmed. So that's something that I'm training every day on Twitter, as well as through the contributions that I make to eGold initiative. So just for the sake of time, we're about 30 minutes into this chat. So thank you again for having this chat with me, Georgiana. Feel free. I know I mentioned at the beginning, I talked about the nonprofit organization you have, which you're welcome to talk about. But just to respect your time, we also want to talk about the different hashtag campaigns that we are kind of bringing up and out of this partnership together. So if there are any other things you want to cover, more personal things that hit closer to home, I know that, your heart for helping the homeless through this nonprofit organization is something that needs to be spotlighted in one way or the other. I think that maybe that could be a future chat. But yeah, is there anything else you wanted to share specifically about eGold Women of Elrond, or the intercalat? I think I'm saying that correctly. The NGO that you have.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything you want to share about that?
About the NGO?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, to conclude first, with Women of Elrond program, we are really just encouraging everybody to talk with other women and to try to, like, we have this free mentorship. Why won't you just come in, hop in, see if it's something that you might be interested in? If not, you can just leave anytime and you just can form friendships, and that's all, if you're, but like to encourage people to actually try and to see if it's something that they might be interested in. Well, to be short about the NGO, it's called Intercalat. You spell it really nice, so it's all good. It's NGO formed. Well, it started as an activity, like through friends, in order to help people. But to be more in depth, it really started with the awareness about the homeless people brought in by the co-founder of Intercalat. He was just interviewing homeless people, just having normal conversations, because sometimes you really have to stop and to talk with them, and because this is what they need: a friend, a voice, somebody to share information with. So it started from this idea, from raising awareness about it, and then it continued and it transformed into a weekly help with hot meal, with hygiene items, and so on. So every Thursday in the middle of Bucharest, giving their aid for homeless people. And then it just kind of went like a beautiful story, like a beautiful, actually in Romanian, intercalat, it's something like intertwined, something like this should be in English. So it's really the story. It's really what intercalat means. It's just a helping hand, another and another and another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a great, quick introduction to what intercalat is doing. So yeah, check out it's posted on your bio. So go ahead and check out more information on that, where you can get involved if you're local, or you can donate online as well. So yeah, I think it's just clear that you, Georgiana, have a heart to help people. And I mean, that's really just stood out to me really quickly. And I think that is one of the main elements of eGold initiative, is let's kind of have this, magnetizing force that brings like-minded people together. So whenever I kind of stumbled upon your Twitter page and what you're doing with Women of Elrond, it was just clear to me that you had a good heart and you were here to help. And I just really enjoy and I'm impressed with what you're doing. So because of that, Georgiana is aware, of course, but I sponsored Georgiana to go to X Day and share her heart, share her mission, share about what is so exciting for her about blockchain and her role and the duty that she's taking on to onboard people and to be this bridge, a helping hand to onboard women and empower women through blockchain is really how I see that. So altogether, I mean, the bear market that we've kind of been going through over the past almost a year now, between FUD, between, people getting upset for this and that. I just think that, the eGold initiative was kind of brought out of this heart of togetherness and empowerment and education and bringing like-minded individuals together. So I'm personally kind of through this partnership, I just kind of had this idea of starting this campaign, which is eGold Love. And that's just a hashtag just to kind of, for me, to remind myself, like, this is, we're just on the internet. Like, don't make anything too deep, because the emphasis is bringing people together, empowering one another, and really just loving each other globally, no matter what your gender is, no matter what your race is. So I put eGold Love and my name on Twitter as a personal reminder of what we're all here to accomplish. This is not a competition. This should be all collaboration, all, again, just for symbiosis, togetherness, so forth. So I'm going to be kind of pushing on this campaign of hashtag eGold Love, and the O in the love is the number 9, which is just because it looks kind of cool, and also it looks like a cursive O. So it's eGold Love, but the O is a 9. But yeah, that's what kind of my thoughts on eGold Love is or are. But Georgiana came to me and she wanted to talk about what she wanted to do, which is highlighting different people who are making strides in the Elrond network ecosystem. So her side of this is hashtag PeopleofElrond. But Georgiana, tell us more about what you foresee this campaign bringing to light. It sounds like you're going to be making Twitter threads, a lot of work, a lot of writing to be done. But yeah, tell us about People of Elrond and what the heart and mission kind of behind that is.
People of Elrond is really a way of highlighting the people from the Elrond community, because of course there are lots of people talking about projects, and that's really good, but also there are some really great people out there that are always, like, from their time, I don't know, making threads or other informational content. And I think we should really just focus a bit more also on the people, because me as an NGO person, like a person in general that really is people focused, I try to highlight every day through everything I do, the people. So why not let's all be on Elrond over here and to try to highlight other people work as well. So after several discussions from the members of the community, and after meeting new people also, and everybody was so warm and supportive, I just said that we have to really do that, do something in that direction. Mm-hmm. So I'm really glad that we got to talk, and yeah.
Yeah. It's like, so recently, as Georgiana, you are familiar with, but on my podcast, we interviewed UTrust, which is a company that was recently acquired by Elrond. The reason I bring that up is because in that interview and through that kind of acquisition, UTrust and Elrond came together as a 50-50 partnership, each offering their own insights and ecosystems and communities for Elrond to use for UTrust and UTrust to use for Elrond. So very much a symbiosis was represented by Elrond acquiring UTrust. And I mean, it may just because that's fresh on my mind, but that really truly is how I see the partnership between eGold Initiative as well as eGold Women. Is eGold Initiative is a collective of like-minded individuals who are pushing awareness of blockchain and Elrond network through education. And we open up our, kind of world to the Women of Elrond as well, and hope to see lots of new members join eGold Initiative, but specifically, just continue to have another platform, eGold Initiative, to kind of promote what is happening over at Women of eGold or eGold Women on Twitter. So I really see this as a symbiosis, as each of us finding ourselves in the same neighborhood and welcoming one another in to share each other's communities, share each other's resources, and so that we can really just push on education, awareness, and adoption. So I'm really looking forward to posting some threads on People of Elrond, hashtag People of Elrond, because I mean, I totally agree. Like, there's this side that obviously we need to understand blockchain and how to interface and how to use these different tools. But on the other hand, like, we have some really incredible people, community leaders, opinion leaders, just leaders altogether. Forget, what type of leader they are. Really incredible individuals that are coming out of the woodwork worldwide. And, it's like we're all a part of it. Nobody is above one another. We all really just collaborate and lift one another up. Both People of Elrond seeks to kind of shine spotlight on people who are making strides and taking time with passion to bring about adoption. So along with hashtag eGold9VE, I just think each of these hashtags just really just represent just togetherness and just pushing one another in love and togetherness, and just like this global movement. So I think that it just makes a whole lot of sense. It really agrees to partner with eGold Women. And I'm excited to announce that together, Georgiana and I will be figuring out, based on a Google submission form. We have a few questions that we're going to be put out there, but we will be sponsoring one other person who wishes to attend X Day this November. So stay tuned, stay tapped into the eGold Initiative Twitter, as well as me personally, The Economistic on Twitter. And Georgiana, what is your handle on Twitter?
English spelling Georgiana Birdan.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put that in the description below. But yeah, so Georgiana and I are sending somebody to X Day this November in Paris, France.
Yay!
So we will put that Google form in the description. Just a few short questions. I think ideally we could send 10 or 20 different people to X Day, but the tickets unfortunately aren't super cheap. So I'm excited to see you there, Georgiana, as well as the other person that we select based off of this Google submission form.
Same.
Yeah. So before we get going here, I'm not sure what your timeline is looking like, but tell the people, I mean, I could talk for hours about this, but Georgiana, is there anything specific that you're looking forward to from X Day, whether that be what's presented or the networking and socializing and what you want to share with people who you meet at X Day? What are you most looking forward to?
I am, first of all, like super excited for X Day, and I gotta thank you for the opportunity to go there in the first place. And I'm really looking forward to be learning from everybody, because I personally believe that all your lifetime you have to learn, you have to go there to interact with people, to get information, to have a great exchange. So I am really looking forward for all the great Elrond evolution that will be, because there will be a lot of news, and like, to connect with people, also to interact, to know some project, like personally, to go there and to not be behind the Twitter, because there will be a lot of people that have projects over there.
Mhm.
I think it's just a mix of everything, it's really hard to pick.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like on Twitter, I've talked about, like, I'm going to set my expectations low, which I think that I'm going to do my best to maintain, because for me, my story with investing is a long-term journey over many months and years. So a lot of retail investors like the hype, so they might be looking at X Day to, put a boost to the price of eGold. And even though that's something that, of course, we all want, I really think that X Day is going to be a movie. It's, on this stage set in Paris, France. Day by day, we have more and more partners that are being announced over the past, I think, 24 hours specifically. Elrond announced that MasterCard is going to be a strategic partner. We have TwistPay, which has an e-money license. We have Utrust, which is the merchant platform. And then, of course, we have Elrond at the heart of and center of it all, providing the layer one goodness of all these low fees, fast transactions, and security. So we've got about 2 more weeks until X Day. So really looking forward to obviously what's going to be happening there. And I'm really excited to share about it, obviously, while it's happening and after it happens. But yeah, I'm really just honored, and I'm blessed to be in the position that I am in, that I can send Georgiana to X Day and one other person. Like I said, I wish I could send more people. But yeah, just this is a story of a much bigger perspective, and I'm humbled and honored that I can play a role in changing the world with every single step and every piece of effort that I can. It's my honor, and I'm impressed by what you're doing, Georgiana. So you earned every bit of what you'll witness in X Day, and I really hope that it encourages you to keep on doing what you're doing. And it's a sponsorship from eGold Initiative. So you don't have me to thank. You can thank the Elrond Initiative.
I gotta thank the Elrond Initiative, but also I gotta congratulate you for all the good work that you're putting out there, like constantly being there and like educating people in Elrond. And consistency is really an important thing, and like it's something that really proves that you are in there for real and that you are driven by every day. So all my respect and congrats.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, my journey in crypto started in 2017, and back in 2017, I had ideas of what to do and what this will become. But as with the market, it takes time for ideas and for the stars to align in a way. So the fact that I'm here and I'm consistent here, it should be enough of a testament that there is, in fact, something of large proportions that's happening in the world of cryptocurrency, and especially in the world of Elrond network. So really excited for X Day, and I'm really honored to announce this partnership, Women of Elrond and eGold Initiative, along with the campaign People of Elrond, as well as eGold Love. So that's really all I've got. We're looking at about 45 minutes. So again, thank you so much, Georgiana, for taking the time and for being willing to roll with the punches that I've kind of thrown at you here and there. It's really fun to finally meet you face to face. And hopefully we'll get a chance to see each other in Paris, France in a couple weeks.
Sure. Thank you also very much for being here. And the time just passed super quickly. It was a pleasure to talk with you.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything else finally you wanted to mention, whether it be about the future of eGold Women? Are there going to be more mentorship programs that come out after this first one ends? And kind of looking past X Day, what can the world expect from Women of Elrond, and how can everybody get involved? Is this exclusive to women? Are there any things that men like myself can come along and help out with in any ways? What can we do to push on the efforts that you're making with Women of Elrond?
There will be for sure like a lot of things going on also after X Day. So we are going to to update you later, because now, of course, I cannot tell everything, but
Ooh.
it is going to be a super sustainable campaign, and men can, and it, like this. It's a program, okay, for women to bring adoption and to help them break those barriers, like to enter. But this doesn't mean like men cannot be involved in it. It's like they can contribute in lots of ways. We all know from Elrond and also from Web3 in general that we have to bring awareness to something, and we are all together in Elrond. So what should be like the most important thing, like they could help raise awareness about it. They could, right? Because if we join our forces, we will be more and more and more. So the adoption will be, and we will bring people. It doesn't matter if you are a man, if you are a woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great to hear. So yeah, thanks to everybody for joining in. If Twitter Spaces, my phone is still down there. Just hopefully people have been able to listen in. But in case that audio did not come through clearly, this video will be posted on the eGold Initiative YouTube channel. So check the links plural in the description. I'm going to be sharing all the links to get connected with Georgiana and the Women of Elrond online. So I think that about wraps it up for today. Georgiana, thank you again so much for being here. I know it's getting late over there in Bucharest, but yeah, thank you so much once again. It was great to chat with you.
Thank you also. It was awesome. And thanks to everybody that was here on Twitter Spaces.
Yes. Awesome. Oh, well, have a good rest of your night. And again, thanks everybody for tuning in. And yeah, be on the lookout. I know that eGold Initiative Twitter has been a little bit silent. I've been doing a lot of things on my end, but I have a lot of vision for eGold Initiative. And whenever you're just a single person behind the screen, and I have several different things that I'm kind of trying to push. So it's been great to see contributions continue to come in, and I look forward to showcasing those on the Twitter page. And I'm going to write an article about eGold Women, or Women of Elrond specifically, similar to the previous partnership with On-Chain Smokers. So again, huge thank you, Georgiana, for making the time to chat with me. And yeah, welcome to eGold Initiative, and I'm really excited for this partnership.
I'm super excited about it as well.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right, I've tried to make the outro now several times, so I'm gonna say goodbye for now. And thanks again for stopping in. And we'll see you. Maybe we'll do another Twitter Spaces sometime soon. But until next time.
Sure.
And yeah, thanks again, Georgiana. It was great to meet you.
It was great to meet you as well.